Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. News updates. Nuroluayo, na nuroluayo. Nuroluayo, na nuroluayo. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike mmadụ ga-akarị ike Chukwu. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike mmadụ ga-akarị ike Chukwu. Nna nụrụ onye kere ụwa nuroluayo. Nna nụrụ Olisa bi n'igwe nụrụ akwa yo. Now the update is this.
The United States has condemned the recent wave of attack from across the country. They call it a wave of violence, a wave of terrorist attack. Now, when you think about United States of America, you might not agree with them based on they themselves have destabilized so many nations. They have attacked so many nations and caused violence there, like Libya and other countries. But one thing you should not play with them is their intelligence. We were all here in 2019 or 2020 thereabout, if I'm not mistaken, when the US released an intelligence that Russia is about to invade Ukraine. And a lot of people were laughing at the United States, and they were saying that no, it's not possible in this 21st century again for Europe to go into war. It can't happen, and it won't happen. A lot of people, they mocked US with cartoon on television. Just imagine. So after 2 weeks of that intelligence report, Russia carried out assault on Donetsk and all those, all those cities that they have claimed from Ukraine now today. What am I trying to explain? Yes, we have been telling you about the terrorist attack from across the nation. We have been telling you that Nigeria is under siege. But if you do not believe our report, believe what the US is telling you. Yes, you might not agree with them in every other thing, but when they tell you that this is this, believe them. They are telling Nigeria there is a wave of terror attack. Nigeria is under siege. And they mention some states, like Imo State. They mention Plateau, Benue, and other. So they mention all parts of the country. So it is holistic. And I am marveled at some Nigerians who are still, playing game with the level of killing insecurity in Nigeria. I understand that we have population in Nigeria getting to 200 million plus, that even though 1 million people died today, others will continue to live until they die. That is the normal Nigerian mentality. It doesn't concern them as far as the thing is not happening in their household. They don't care. If you even talk to them about insecurity, they will tell you, no, beg. It doesn't concern them until they will be affected directly by the, insecurity before they will begin to talk. All right. Now, this is the article that reads that United States Embassy condemns terror attack in Nigeria, calls on Tinubu government to deliver justice. Unfortunately, the Tinubu's government is not going to do anything. Absolutely nothing, because the power to stop insecurity is not in the hand of Tinubu, just like what happened to Goodluck Jonathan. Jonathan was stripped of his power. And when I am telling some Nigerians that this person is not in charge, this person can't do this, they will, is he not the president? I look at people and laugh, because you don't still know Nigeria. If you know Nigeria, you will not come out to say a president can change the country. He's the commander-in-chief. Mention one person who is not ready to die that can come out and become president and do anything. First of all, for you to become a president of Nigeria, meaning you have succumbed. Quote me anywhere. Forget about people deceiving you that they can do this, they can do that. If they enter there, they will do the worst. There is a system error. The neo-colonists who are still controlling this country, they are not tired of letting go of the grip. They grip Nigeria, they grip so many African countries, they aid insecurity, they are after your resources, they don't want to see you progressing. That is the reason why they told Gowon not to honor the Aburi Accord between him and Ojukwu, and that is the reason why we are here we are. So, it is important we know what is happening from around us. Now, it reads that the United States Embassy in Nigeria has condemned the recent wave of violence that has gripped different parts of the country, particularly in Borno, Imo, Benue, and Plateau states. The embassy, while describing the attacks as deeply troubling, asked the Bola Tinubu government to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the attacks and bring the perpetrators to justice. The United States Embassy, they themselves, they are sycophants. I know the meetings going on in United States. I know about some, decision-making bodies that can influence the government who are already submitting reports to the House, to the government, to the White House, and also to the legislative houses about the situation report in Nigeria. And one of them is saying that Nigeria is not a country Christians can live. One of them is citing about different laws in Nigeria. For example, in the northern Nigeria, you can marry a minor and you are free. In the south, you cannot try it. You will go to 14 years imprisonment and you call it a nation. In your own mentality, what is a nation? Can you define a nation for me? And if you talk, they'll tell you the unity in our diversity. Nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. That child abuse is not offense in some part of the country. And child abuse is a punishable offense in some part of the country. It doesn't make sense. Some part of the country, you can't drink beer, you can't drink alcohol. Some parts, you can do that. Everything is just totally different. That is not the meaning of nation. So that is one of the parts, some group are towing in America. But let's see what happens. I don't trust the United States. These people don't do things without their own selfish interest. So anytime you see them making move, they have their interest there. Now, the embassy, while describing the attack as deeply troubling, asked the Bola Tinubu government to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the attack and bring the perpetrators to justice. Okay, I read that. In a brief statement shared on Wednesday via its official account on X, formerly Twitter, the embassy said that the United States Embassy in Nigeria is deeply saddened by and condemns recent acts of violence in Borno, in Imo, and most recently in Benue and Plateau states. The ongoing threats faced by communities and community leaders in Nigeria are deeply troubling. We extend our heartfelt condolences to all those affected by these senseless acts. We look to Nigerian authorities to conduct thorough investigation to hold those responsible accountable. The United States stands with Nigeria in its efforts to promote peace, security, and respect for human rights across the country. Now, out of the article, recently Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, one of the controversial Islamic clerics, was bounced from United Arab Emirates. They didn't grant him access to enter. They said he said himself because of his view about Gaza, but from other information I received is because of his connection with the bandits. So I don't really know the reason why they did that. He said a different thing. The news we receive is a different thing. Now, they said United Arab Emirates on September 15, 2021. Go and Google it. September 15, 2021. They published 6 names of Nigeria who are sponsoring terrorists. Nigeria government did not try them up to today. But someone like Nnamdi Kanu, they flex power, they do all sort of things because his name sounds Igbo. Now, the statement comes amid disturbing surge in terrorist attacks, killings, and communal violence that have left hundreds of thousands dead and millions displaced across several Nigerian states. In Borno State, Boko Haram and Islamic State West African Province, ISWAP, insurgents have continued their prolonged campaign of terror. Despite military offensive, sporadic ambushes, suicide bombing, and targeted killings persist, affecting mostly rural communities and internally displaced persons, IDP camps. In Benue State, suspected herdsmen attack on agrarian communities have escalated in recent months. Last week alone, over 30 people were reported killed in separate raids on Guma and Okun local government area. Homes were razed and many fled for safety, adding to the state's growing humanitarian crisis. Out of the article, United States Embassy. So are they going to tell us that they didn't see the video of the local government chairman saying that the military confessed that they did not receive order to fight the terrorists from, Plateau State? They didn't receive order to fight terrorists. So they didn't hear about that. Now, the Plateau State has witnessed, repeated cycle of ethno-religious and herder farmers violence, and that is wrong. The governor has come out to say that this line of lies will not last long. That this is not the herder farmers class, this is ethnic cleansing. In April, the article continues, coordinated attacks on communities in Bekos and Mango local government left more than 70 people dead. Survivors have recounted horrific scenes of execution-style killing, arson, and mass displacement. In the southeast, Imo State remains a hotspot of deadly unrest, often linked to the separatist movement and armed criminal gangs. Security forces and residents have been targeted in ambushes, including recent attack in Ondo that left several policemen dead.
My people, another hear them now. What do you make of it? Drop your comments. But remember, it's Biafra or nothing. Bye for now.